Good morning. It's Dr. Jeffreys again on Thy Precious Jewels Health Talk. This morning I'll be talking to the ladies on the very crucial topic, ovulation. A lot of women would love to know a lot about ovulation because it's very important to us, to our role as a mother. I'm going to try and describe to you what happens in a normal cycle for a woman. From the first day of your period, your body is getting ready for you to conceive in the course of that month. And because of this, your ovary releases an egg, which makes its way from the edge of the ovary into the womb, and it gets implanted if it has been fertilized by a sperm. Now the crucial phase is for you to know exactly when the egg has been released. Because if the egg has not been released, there is nothing for the sperm to fertilize. There are a few ways you can find out if you're ovulating. For most of us, you will notice a change in the discharge that comes from down below. Last week I did explain to you the different types of discharge that you can have, but the one that's peculiar to ovulation is the one that is transparent and it's a bit stretchy. If you put it in between your two fingers and you stretch the fingers apart, you will notice that it is stretchy. At all the times of the cycle, you would have different vaginal discharge. Apart from the discharge changing, you may notice that you get a slight pain or discomfort on one side of your lower tummy. Usually this pain is not too bad, but for some people it is significant enough for them to know. This pain is usually there for about a day and then it disappears. Some people constantly have this pain called middle pain or ovulation pain. Apart from these two, there is a third way of knowing when you're ovulating. If you're very observant and you've always checked your body temperature, you will notice that around the time of your ovulation, there is a slight increase in your body temperature. We ask for people to check this temperature regularly, so you will notice when there is an increase in it. This temperature has got to be checked immediately you wake up in the morning before you step out of bed. Because if you did it whilst you've been out of bed for a while, the temperature may be affected, or your reading may be affected by the temperature of the environment in which you are. Now, talking about numbers, some of my sisters want to know exactly what day you ovulate and when you're likely to get pregnant. If you have a regular cycle, you can be certain that you've ovulated 2 weeks before your period is due. And what that tells us is that you can easily calculate when your fertile period is. A sperm has a lifespan of about 7 days, whilst an egg has a lifespan of 24 hours. And I say to people, except you're extremely lucky, it can last about 36 to 48 hours. So you really need to get going within this period or within this time. Essentially, what that means is that the number of days that you're fertile in your cycle is usually about 8 days. So whatever you need to do, if you're planning to get pregnant, it needs to be done within those 8 days. Because that is when the sperm is still viable, and that is when the egg is still viable. So if you're a woman and your cycle is 28 days, a cycle is calculated by the first day of your period this month to the first day of your period next month. If the number of days in between this is 28 days, what that means is that you ovulate on day 14. If you have a 35-day cycle, what that means is that you ovulate on day 21. And so because of this, it's not fixed for every woman. You need to know what day you ovulate so you can know when you're likely to get pregnant. I'll be talking a bit more about ovulation tomorrow and also about getting pregnant. Just to mention that there are a few kits that are available in the pharmacy stores, and they can help you to find out whether you have or you're likely to ovulate within a period of time. Check and make sure that they've not gone beyond their expiry date, or else they may be telling you lies. Up until tomorrow, when I'll be talking a bit more about getting pregnant, I do pray for all my sisters who are looking and are trying to get pregnant, that as you take a step of faith, now that you're equipped with the knowledge of when you can get pregnant, we shall soon rejoice with you. If you have any questions, please forward them to thypreciousjewels@googlemail.com. Thank you and God bless.